Welcome back to Love Life After. I am your host, Christelle, and I'm so happy to be back today. In the last episode, I share how I'm no longer loving from a place of depletion. So today, I want to go a level deeper because I feel like who we're becoming sometimes requires discipline.
Baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black queen. A black queen, baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black queen.
Welcome back to Love Life After. I'm so happy to be back. I hope you all enjoyed the last episode. I had really great feedback, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the one that's been supporting. Thank you for people that's been buying me coffee. I really, really, truly appreciate it. And thank you for your comments and all your feedback. It really means a lot. But today, I feel like I want to share more about why becoming the best version of yourself requires discipline, not burnout, not hustle, not even punishment, but intentional, aligned discipline. Because for a long time, I think about discipline in different ways, in many ways. And I thought like discipline sometimes meant doing more, like more hours, more explaining, and more pushing, like just pushing yourself to want to be better, which is great. You should always push yourself to be better. But that's not what discipline means. Like, absolutely not. That is not what it means at all. Because real discipline doesn't drain you, because what it does is it directs you. And to me, really, discipline is choosing structure over chaos, like boundaries over burnout. There's that word again, that boundary. You have to set them. Like, I know, like, I overshare the word boundary, but it's for a reason. And I feel like we all need to set them. We have to. And also consistency over intensity. So, and what I mean about that is really just showing up for yourself and be consistent because you don't have to overdo it. I'm the person that always try to overdo things. Used to be, not anymore, because I've learned that you have to move with discipline and not desperation. You don't want to be like so desperate that you feel like you have to overdo everything that you do. And no, especially as an entrepreneur, right? For me as an entrepreneur, like discipline mean different things. Like even like as in my personal life and as an entrepreneur, but as an entrepreneur, it just means that I need to show up in ways that I don't really like have to overshare or talk about. Especially just knowing different things about my business. This is just me talking about my business. Um, and for a lot of people too, and I think this could help them too as well, because when you're setting discipline, for example, like in business, it really mean like knowing your numbers, reviewing your financials. That's been so uncomfortable for me in so many years until recently. And like implementing self system instead of winging it. And just saying that now just reminding me that there's other things that I'm trying to prepare for my business, and I feel like God is aligning them in the right path. But because I'm not really there yet, like things are not falling into place as they should for my business, and it just teaches me that I need to go back, look at my numbers again, look at my financial, and start making sure that I'm implementing them right in the right way. And really saying no, like I have this, even this last week, for example, there were things that were trying to distract me. And I'm trying my best not to let them distract me, but it's hard. That's what the disciplines comes in, right? Like you have to lead yourself before you lead others. So you have to make sure that you discipline, you set yourself up for success. I really hope, this makes sense to some of us or some of you that are listening, because discipline really, like, it forces you to face who you really are, not just who you present yourself online to be, right? Because sometimes when we like oversharing on social media, a lot of the time, like, you pretending, right? I'm not saying that's what I do, but I feel like some people, they just like feel like they have to present themselves like some type of way. But I've been learning like so much about myself by being disciplined, because I had personally, like, this may be oversharing a little, but I had to admit something, like, that I had outgrown certain habits, right? But not yet replace them with structure. Like, I just want to share that without really oversharing, because there were things that I'm learning to find balance on how to implement new habits, like, especially after getting rid of old habits. But I'm also okay without them. And I love how impactful that's been having on me as a person and as a business owner, because I'm aware of it, and that's important. Because a lot of time, like, certain habits, I feel like we just do them because we're like in chaos. We don't really know where to go next. And to me, before, I didn't really see it, and that was a problem. It's a problem now because I know it. Now that I'm aware, I know that the things that I was doing were not beneficial to me as a person and for my business too as well. So now that I'm aware, it fills the gap. Like, I'm in a place now where I feel like no matter what I do, no matter what I'm trying to improve in my business, I have to lead intentionally, and I have to have discipline. Like, to the point where I have to set my schedule. I have to put things in my schedule so I can follow up, so I can follow through. Because if I'm not doing that, then I'm all over the place. And burnout comes, out of it. And, feeling like I have to hustle every single thing just to make sure that I'm positioning myself in a right place in my business. And I'm trying not to do that anymore, because I feel like who I'm becoming in this season is really what's setting the foundation for who and what God intended for me to be.
Thinking about starting your own podcast? Let me tell you about Buzzsprout. They've helped over 400,000 podcasters launch their shows since 2009, and I've been using them since 2017. With Buzzsprout, your episode get listed on all major platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and more, reaching millions of listeners. Plus, they have a fantastic community to support you every step of the way. Still unsure? Click the link in my description and head over to buzzsprout.com to learn more. That's buzzsprout.com. Again, buzzsprout.com. Happy podcasting.
Okay, so y'all know I cannot get through this month without talking about Black history, because I feel like Black history is part of our legacy. And I really honestly do think that discipline leans into Black history because it just feels important to name. And I really honestly want to continue to honor this. And I also feel like so many people before us went through so much, but we are here to feel like to build through that, like what they set up, like what the foundation they set us for us. I feel like we're here to build through it because I think discipline also ties into Black history a little bit, because I feel like it's honoring our ancestor by, just doing better with what we've been given, especially with the foundation they set for us. And I just think that we don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about the stuff that they went through enough, right? Um, so I think nowadays, we need to like start building what I think I'm gonna call generation stability, not generation stories, right? But like stability. Um, Knowing that we don't really have to struggle to be strong. And I know my worth, and I know I don't have to be suffering, or I don't have to suffer to be worthy. I can be disciplined and still have peace and still be at peace, because that to me is building generational stability, to call it. And the stories, I think, is what shape us, our history. So I think it's important to just, continue. Like when we think about discipline, when we think about the word discipline, just imagine what they had to go through and how much faith they had to have. Faith to me, I think, too, also plays a big part in discipline. I'm not saying that faith is over discipline, but I'm just saying that faith doesn't cancel discipline. I feel like it requires discipline, because really, honestly, like prayer without preparation really leads to frustration. Saying all that, like, really just made me realize that, I mean, not realize, because I think I kind of already know this, but God doesn't really bless chaos, He blesses stewardship. And discipline is stewardship. Um, like really, I think time, energy, money, our calling, when we stop forcing those things and start like really structuring our days, our businesses, our obedience, even our alignment, um, I think everything set the standard for that. And when we really put our mind on discipline, like we really like focus on the important thing that we're supposed to do, I think alignment really follows. Um and all this like always plays some types of lesson, or because I feel like I'm not saying I've been through, any of the stuff that they went through. I'm just saying like now, right? When we go through things, we always find lessons in them. When people go through things, they always find lessons in those things that they went through. And I just want people to like continue to know that the things that you are going through, find the message in it. Find the message, because that's where you truly learn yourself. You truly know who you are becoming by being aware of the lessons that are coming out of the mess that you are going through. And just like stay focused, and allow discipline to really, I guess, set the foundation for what you are going through right now. Just lead with discipline, because really that protects what you're becoming. When you lead with discipline, I really honestly like feel like it will protect what you are setting for yourself. You don't have to stay in that scarcity mindset. You have to move forward, because when you set those boundaries and you are disciplined, I think that's your protection. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is like discipline and boundary is your protection, because when you set boundary and then you're following up through it, that's discipline because you set yourself up to be disciplined and align with the foundation that you were setting up with yourself. I know that's a lot, and I just kind of like, thought about all of that as I'm talking because I'm really talking to myself. This is why like I love doing this because sometimes I feel like when I'm doing this, like there are things that come out that I feel like God is speaking to me through. And I'm really glad that I get to share that on this platform and that it may touch someone. I know I talk a lot sometimes and I feel like that's the reason why I'm doing this because I have to get it out by talking. And I know sometimes I may be like, even like today, I feel like I'm just going on and on. But when the word come to me, I just say it. And I think that that's why I'm supposed to be doing this. I just want you to know that discipline is not something that restrict us. It's really our protection because what it does also is like it protects our focus, our peace, our purpose, our capacity. Like, and the best version of us that's like, emerging through all those boundaries and the foundation we set, we all need structure. And everything that we do needs to be done with intention. And I think that really will help the foundation of when you're setting up those boundaries with other people too as well. And then that becomes your discipline. And another thing that I do want to share before we go is our structure. Because when we're structuring for ourselves, I feel like we are showing ourselves self-respect. And if your day like sometimes just feel like scattered, it's not, a motivational problem. It's just a structure problem, like honestly, because discipline is how we show our self-respect. So, and I want to leave you with this because I want you to be able to take this and implement them in your life when it comes to discipline, but really like think back on like the boundary that you set for yourself and really ask yourself, am I following this boundary? And if you're not, then you need to reevaluate yourself and your structure and implement the discipline. Okay, I think that was a lot, and I hope that helped. And I do want to leave you with these two affirmations. The first one is I choose discipline because my future deserves consistency. And I honor myself by creating structure that supports my growth. Because I feel like we all need discipline to function. So remember those two affirmations. I choose discipline because my future deserves consistency. And I honor myself by creating structure that supports my growth. So, I just wanted to share this too, because I know it's doable, right? So I think like this could probably help somebody a little bit. And this is why I know you could do it too, because so I've been a vegetarian for years and I literally had to train myself not to eat meat. To me, that's discipline. Now I'm training myself to be structured so I can have peace of mind. See how that plays in? But yeah, anyway, so this season, like, it really isn't about doing more. It's about like doing what matter and being consistent. And through everything that I've shared, I just want you to know that you're not becoming through chaos. Don't do it. Don't choose chaos. Become who you are through discipline. And I know you can do it because I'm there and I'm doing that. And if you're already doing it, please share it with me. Share your story. And if you're feeling the pull to come on this podcast to be, intentional about sharing your stories. Like, just, because I feel like or because I know I am in a grounded place right now and I'm more aligned with my purpose, I'm very intentional and selective on who I put my energy towards or who even deserve my energy or peace. And maybe that's you. If that's you, like, come on, share it with us. Um, and it's not pressure. I'm not pressuring anybody who don't, want to share, but maybe it's discipline calling you to go forward. Okay? But yes, until next time, remember that discipline doesn't limit your life, it liberates you. And this is what Love Life After is all about. And if you have any question, comment, or any concern, please email us at lovelifeafter18@gmail.com or on our Instagram at love.lifeafter. And I hope to have you back on here next episode. Peace.